Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Hosted by Pastor Lester Lewis, co-host Charlize Wilkerson and Leroy Carey. Produced by David Humphreys. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
I'm Lester Lewis, your host for Ask the Messengers, and we welcome you to today's show. Recently, I sat down and talked with 36th District Court Judge Aliyah Sabree. Judge Sabree was appointed to the Circuit Court in 2017. She is the daughter of current Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree, who made history by becoming the first African American to serve in that position. Her family's heritage is rich, and it comes with serving people. Her mother was an educator, and her great-grandmother was Daisy Elliott, who served as the co-author of the Elliott-Larsen Civil Rights Act. She is a Detroiter to the heart. She went to Renaissance High School here in the city of Detroit and graduated from the Michigan State University College of Law. She serves and helps on community organizations, and she mentors young people. All that while adjudicating approximately 1,200 cases in her courtroom. Let's go now to this wonderful interview that we had with the Honorable Judge Aliyah Sabree. Your Honor, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, listen, we'd like to know what cases come before you in your courtroom?
So I'm currently assigned to traffic and misdemeanors. So that means any type of civil infraction that would be a non-criminal offense dealing with you driving or operating a vehicle. It could range from an improper left turn to parking your car on a public space to speeding, drunk driving, and misdemeanors that are attached to that. So the drunk driving would be one where a misdemeanor is attached, or you could be, what a lot of people come through is they call in the park after dark. You're hanging out with your friends or doing things in the park after dark in your car on city property. It could be someone in possession of a small amount of marijuana or some type of narcotic when they got stopped for the improper left turn. So there's a mixture of different things that can come through the courtroom, but it's all related to traffic mainly.
We know that there are laws against driving under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
So the new thing now obviously is the opioids. Are there laws regarding driving under the influence of opioids? Yes.
So you cannot drive under the influence. You cannot have opioids in your system.
Right.
So I just printed out, because there's no way I could remember this, there's a whole list of Schedule I drugs, and they're considered opiates, and this is what it says in the statute, including their isomers, esters, the ethers, salts, and salts of isomers, esters, and ethers, unless specifically accepted. So the only reason why I read that is to show us it can be very complicated for any citizen, including me, to know. But any type of opiate that you consume or take into your body, whether it's prescription or if you're doing it illegally, which you shouldn't be doing, you cannot operate a vehicle. If it's found in your system and considered a Schedule I drug, and that can be looked up on Michigan statutes, what's considered Schedule I, then you are operating while under the influence, or operating while visibly impaired, or operating while impaired, depending on how much you have in your system and whether it's tested or if the officer visibly can see that you are impaired when they pull you over.
So now, here comes another question. What about operating under the influence of medicinal marijuana?
Okay, so I would use an analogy as to the same thing if someone's reporting to work as the same thing as driving. Okay. Just because it's legal and you have a medical marijuana card to use marijuana, it does not mean that you can operate a vehicle. You are still under the influence, or operating while visibly impaired, or operating while impaired. Just like some employers most will not allow you to report to work, even if it's for medicinal reasons, if you're impaired and you can't do your job. So the test is whether or not you can find what, heard the term THC. Right. If there's any trace of THC in your system when you've been pulled over, you are violating the law.
Okay.
So you cannot drive while.
So how strenuous are those laws? What is the penalty for those infractions?
So for misdemeanors, it's typically up to 93 days in jail or a $500 fine. So that's typically what the sentence could be.
Okay.
I try to find more creative resolutions to people depending on what they need and what their issue is. Sometimes you have just a kid made a dumb mistake. I'll send them through community service, have them bring a resume in, make sure they're getting a GED, and have them tested. So there are different ways you can resolve it without just putting someone in jail and making them pay the maximum $500 penalty.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now, are there laws specifically designed so that if there are children in the car while someone is pulled over with under the influence of a substance?
Yes, of course that's important because there are some parents who neglect their children or do not consider the consequences of driving drunk or under the influence of some type of narcotic or whatever it could be. It's under child abuse, so you have child endangerment.
Okay.
So if you're pulled over and you've been considered, let's say we could just use marijuana for now.
Yes.
Well, it would be even after if it was passed in November. Yeah. And you're visibly impaired or you're tested and you have THC in your system, the officer can write you up and write a misdemeanor for you for child endangerment, for putting your child in danger while operating the vehicle.
Right.
There are also it would be a misdemeanor. I see them a lot where it's a violation of your parental duties. Okay. I get that typically when parents are encouraging kids to fight at school, or they're watching them do things that is a parent's, according to the law, responsibility to do their best to prevent them from.
Right.
So I would switch it up. If a child, we could say anyone under the age of 18, let's say a 16-year-old in the car, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she has in her possession some marijuana, I get the ticket for neglecting my parental duty and making sure that she doesn't have illegal substances on her.
So have you personally presided over any cases where instance like that has taken place, where a child has been endangered by a parent who was impaired for under substance abuse?
I have not. I have not. Fortunately, I have not had that happen to me. Everyone who has come before me for driving impaired did not have children in the car. Wow. Okay. So that's a good thing that it hasn't gotten to that point. I've only had it where the parents, I've had parents encouraging children to fight in school, physically present, telling children to fight other kids.
We've got more coming up with Judge Aliyah Sabree, so don't go anywhere. She's going to tell us about her personal experiences and how she's helping the city of Detroit become a better city. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
The demand for peer recovery coaches is increasing in Michigan, and the Recovery Training Institute at the Detroit Recovery Project offers a 3-week training program to prepare you to obtain certification as a peer recovery mentor. RTI's curriculum will train eligible candidates in 10 different core curriculum areas. The time is right to become a recovery coach. For more information, call 313-365-3100 or visit their website at recovery4detroit.com.
Do you need a banner, brochure, or business cards? What about posters or funeral programs? No matter what your design and printing needs are, R&L Color Graphics can help. R&L Color Graphics has been serving the metropolitan area for more than 25 years and has also been honored to be the official printing partner for the Aretha Franklin Family Foundation. So if you're looking for an official Aretha Franklin funeral program, tribute item, or custom design job, give us a call at 313-345-3838 or visit us on the web at rnlcolor.com.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead,
drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch
like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
When you donate clothes and goods to the Salvation Army, shattered lives are restored.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. You know, most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Sabree wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Take the first step towards staying in your home by going down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office on the 5th floor of the International Building in Greektown.
Stop by today to learn more about our payment plans and especially the newly extended interest rate reduction program.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in Rite Aid stores and community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Come inside the Hall Stars Business Center for all your business printing. We offer mailbox rental, computer and internet rental, notary services, send and receive faxes, and more. Come inside Hall Stars for all your mailing and shipping, domestic and international. We offer same-day printing and postcard flyers starting at $5. Check out our website at hallstars.com, Hallstars with a Z, or call us at 313-342-4145. If you just tuned in, we are talking with Judge Aliyah Sabree. We're going to go back now to the interview as she tells us about her personal endeavors to make the city of Detroit a better city. Well, I have just the utmost respect for what you have done as it relates to your professional, but I also have studied that you've done some things in your personal. So I want to talk about some of your personal experiences. What things are you involved with because you have a vested interest in seeing this city get better?
I do. So it goes back to my great-grandmother. You know, I'm trying to continue a legacy of community service. It's that simple. My parents are public servants. My brothers are public servants. I have other family members. We've always been in public service. So it's important to me. That's just, I feel like my calling. We talked about that a little bit before we started. To help others. When I'm empowered and I'm blessed with the opportunity, the education I have, the resources to help others, I feel that's my job. And when I leave this earth, I want to be able to say that I help change people's lives for the better. So most of the organizations I'm a part of deal with helping children. I want to reach the young people to kind of stop the cycle with a lot of what's going on. So I'm involved in whatever organization asks me. Sometimes it's just 2 or 3 times I'll do something with an organization. I mentor 9 girls right now, 2 young men on my own. I keep up with them. They text a lot. They do a lot of texting, Instagram.
So the children, like children.
Yeah, children, which is cool. Yeah. I don't have any kids, so this is enough. And I keep up with them on grades. They talk about relationships, finances, how to deal with money, all types of issues. And they are very engaged, and you realize how much they need somebody outside of their family just to bounce some ideas off of. So.
Well, as a pastor, one of the things that I don't consider myself as a role model. I consider myself as a role influencer because I don't want people to follow what I do. I want them to exceed, and so I want to influence. Do you see yourself as an influencer of the roles that your mentees are going to walk through?
Absolutely. I tell young people, the ones I talk to, even when I go speak at schools, that I went to Youngstown State University on a basketball scholarship, and people go, "Wow, you play basketball," and I would say, I kind of settled, okay, because part of it was I didn't have money to pay for school, so I had to go where the scholarship was. I always tell people, do not doubt, go higher, do something. Don't say, "Wow, what I'm doing." There's more out there. Do more. Don't ever think that you can't. I didn't even apply to any Ivy League schools when I should have.
Wow.
So people look at me like, "Wow, you're a judge, you're this." I said, "But you can you can go higher than this. There's more. There's always more.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, was this something that you envisioned for yourself when you were in school?
7th grade. Yeah,
7th grade.
7th grade, 1997.
So did you have the board and the life plan and the short range goals and the long range goals? Was that on your?
I didn't have a board. I wish I did so I could show it. Only thing I have is a chemistry notebook that my best friend's dad wrote in, and I have to find it somewhere in my parents' house. And he wrote with scotch, masking tape all over it. Lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. Like, and taped it everywhere.
Wow.
Because I'm busy studying science, and he's like, you need to be a lawyer. He said, just based off of all the interactions I've had with you, Aliyah, you need to go to law school.
Right.
So that kind of started the conversation. My dad had just graduated from law school.
Okay.
My godfather was a judge, or is a judge still. So that kind of influenced me, and then I just planned it out.
Well, that's wonderful. And again, we talked about some of your community things that you do. Recently, you were part of the 5th annual State of the Youth Summit.
Right.
You were part of a panel that was talking to young people about some of the things they have going on in their lives. Can you tell us what was the expected outcome from an event like that?
Engagement, first of all. I feel, and Mary Sheffield, Councilmember Sheffield, is very involved with the youth. I think a lot of times we forget to just listen to what they have to say. We're always telling them what they should do. This was an opportunity for them to ask us questions, and she had a very diverse panel, business owners, people from the entertainment industry, politicians, people from the government, political activists, to just ask questions and give us their concerns so that we can kind of guide them and tell them what we did, or if it's something that we haven't dealt with, how we would deal with it. Sure. So it was just engagement, and then advising them and giving them little tips on what they can do to move forward. I thought it was great. I had a good time.
I was going to say, was there one specific topic that kind of jumped out or that you remember that was most impactful from that summit?
Well, you know, for me, and I got a little, I'm pretty even tone, like a really chill, that's what they call me. But when someone started talking about, and he's a friend of mine, how the government doesn't care about black people.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
So, and I can understand where that comment comes from,
right.
But that's what the beauty of the panel was about. He has a different viewpoint than I do. Okay. And I said, you know, become part of the government.
Right.
You know, I am.
Right.
So I can't say that all of the government doesn't care about black people.
Right.
And I said, understand what the government is, be a part of it, figure out where the flaws are, and be engaged. We can't fix something on the outside, you have to be on the inside to even know. So I started getting a little, I was passionate about that.
Yeah,
and then I started talking about, I simply asked everyone and all the students, do you know who Betsy DeVos is? Right. And probably about 5 students raised their hand. So I gave them homework to go figure out who that was, who's running their education system. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's engaging. That's very engaging.
Yeah.
So now, also at the event, I'm sure that they have conversation regarding, because in the schools we did a program about students and drugs in schools, and did you guys have a conversation about that? And how do you feel our students right now, the state that they're in? Do you really believe that they are in a place where they can openly talk about, you know, what's going on around them as it relates to drugs?
We didn't talk about drugs in school that much. I don't think we touched on it at all. I don't think so. But I can say that when I was a prosecutor, I was assigned to different high schools, DPS schools, Southeastern being my main school. And it takes trust, because nobody wants to see a prosecutor or even a judge come through. Nobody wants to talk to me about what they're doing wrong. I get that now. As soon as I say I'm a judge, it's like tight lips, and I get it. So it's building some type of rapport and relationship and trust, and saying, you know, I'm not here to, you know, get you in trouble, but here to help you and guide you, and also explain to you the repercussions if you continue to do what you're doing. So once you build a relationship, and then they tell their friends, and they can kind of say, okay, they are trying to help, then you can kind of get a little more conversation out of them.
Gotcha.
It's the trust thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, one last thing, and I was, again, blown away by this, because I was active in the YMCA when I was young, and I don't want to date myself. But you're also on an advisory board with the YMCA. Can you talk about that?
So, unfortunately, since I've been appointed, I haven't been able to be as active because we have our meetings at 8 in the morning. So I have to be here now.
Yes.
So, but before that, I'm still on the board, and I still, engage in emails and tell people how great the YMCA is. I am such a fan. So as a kid, the YMCA, YWCA, had always been a place for family and for us to go and just have fun. It wasn't expensive. In Detroit, most people here, it's hard to afford the basic cost of living. So even when I was in Youngstown, the YWCA, I used to volunteer there. I always found the YMCA to be a great place. They always help people. We have programs for children, black kids to learn how to swim. We have the Black Girls Run program because there's a stigma that black women do not exercise. So we have all of these programs to help break the stigma of what's, considered plaguing the black community. So they actually are, and they have affordable child care, so you can go work out, great facility, nice classes. I'm such a fan. So that's why I even joined the board, because I told them, I said, I'm such a fan, you don't have to convince me, just tell me what I can do to help. So I love the Y.
Stay tuned for more of Ask the Messengers.
Come inside the Hall Stars Business Center for all your business printing. We offer mailbox rental, computer and internet rental, notary services, send and receive faxes, and more. Come inside Hall Stars for all your mailing and shipping, domestic and international. We offer same-day printing and postcard flyers starting at $5. Check out our website at hallstars.com, Hallstars with a Z, or call us at 313-342-4145.
Making final arrangements for your loved one can be very emotional, stressful, and overwhelming. At times like this, you need the support and services from someone you can trust. OPIOID III Funeral Home is that someone. Our staff is knowledgeable, caring, and considerate of each family's individual circumstances and needs. For a consultation, give us a call at 313-838-9770. PI Funeral Home. Caring for families, caring for life.
I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
I'm Artesia Washington, and I'd like to welcome you to Irvine Head Injury, where restoring you to your previous level of functioning is our goal. We offer services such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, aquatic therapy, massage therapy, and counseling. An automobile accident is an unfortunate event. If you feel that you or a loved one can benefit from our services, you can be reached at 248-415-2500. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. Most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Sabree wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Take the first step towards staying in your home by going down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office on the 5th floor of the International Building in Greektown.
Stop by today to learn more about our payment plans and especially the newly extended interest rate reduction program.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in Rite Aid stores and community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
What if being in recovery from a mental or substance use disorder was something we proudly showed the world? You might be surprised. Millions of people are in recovery, sharing hope, help, and support with family, friends, and community. Join the Voices for Recovery. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Do you need a banner, brochure, or business cards? What about posters or funeral programs? No matter what your design and printing needs are, R&L Color Graphics can help. R&L Color Graphics has been serving the metropolitan area for more than 25 years and has also been honored to be the official printing partner for the Aretha Franklin Family Foundation. So if you're looking for an official Aretha Franklin funeral program, tribute item, or custom design job, give us a call at 313-345-3838 or visit us on the web at rnlcolor.com.
We're back. Before we concluded our interview with Judge Sabree, I asked her if she had some words of encouragement to young people. Listen to what she had to say. If you had a young person in front of you and they were trying to find their direction in life, what would be that one thing that you would say to them that you feel like you would be pouring into them and giving them some hope?
I would say a few things. One, understand that you as an individual, you have a purpose here on this earth. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't. And that goes along with what we were saying. Don't follow someone else's path.
Yes.
If you are inclined to do something different, your passion is something different, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. So just people tend to devalue themselves, especially as young kids, because you have everyone telling you what to do. So I would say, understand you have a purpose. You might not get to what it is at such a young age, but follow that path, follow your heart, and be confident and know that there are people who will support you, and always find a mentor. Don't be afraid to ask someone. Just message them. We have Instagram, social media now. Just send them a message. If they don't respond, send another one. So don't be afraid to ask for a mentor.
All right, so listen, we just want to thank you so much for your time and for your service that you give to this great city, and for all the wonderful things that you do, for helping young people, for just being an example, as well as being an influencer of those who are coming. We want to wish you the very best as in your time on the bench and in the years to come.
Thank you.
We thank you again.
And I have to thank you too. So it's not just about me, but thank you for all you've done.
All right. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Again. What a wonderful time we had with Judge Aliyah Sabree as she shared with us her professional as well as her personal endeavors to make the city of Detroit better, and shared her heart with what she wanted to say to the young people of this city. We want you to know that she partnered with us to help save lives when she sat down with us. Won't you do the same? The information is there on the screen. Please send a donation of any size. You help us to help save lives with your donations. If you also need support, please feel free to come to any of our meetings as we meet twice a week at our facility on Schaefer. We would love to have you. Again, thank you for tuning in to Ask the Messengers. We absolutely cannot wait to see you again.